All right, so let's talk about the consent to electronic delivery of purchase and sales documents. Now, I get this question a lot. Is this really required? The answer is yes. So under the law, under the Massachusetts Uniform Electronic Transaction Act, the consumer has the right whether or not they want to actually utilize electronic platforms to sign documents, and we need their consent. Now, I get this a lot too. Well, Lewis, if they agree to use dotloop or docusign or whatever it is that you have, isn't that consent? No, it's consent for them to use that platform. They didn't consent for you to be able to send them documents, okay? Now, when you look at our electronic consent form, there's some key pieces here that you need to be aware of. Let's go over it. So number one, they're saying that yes, they do consent that you are going to be sending them any kind of sales documents via electronic, electronic platforms, and that's great. But also, if you start going through it, it says that they agree that they're going to either, if they have to download any specific software to use the esignature platform, that they're willing to do so, and that they're also going to give you, make sure that they have an email address that you'll be able to correspond to them during the transaction and at least 60 days after. And if there's any changes to those emails or anything else, that they will notify you within 24 hours. Now, they do have the right to revoke this consent. They can say, look, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to change. That's okay. They need to send it to you in writing. And therefore you'll, terminate the agreement, and then you'll have to go to, paper copies for, whatever you have. And that's okay. And then you just got to, wet sign everything. So the consumer does have the right to just use, physical copies of things and wet sign documents. You can't make them automatically just go to electronic signature. So this is a required document, and you want to make sure you have it so that way you're protected. Don't just rely on dotloop or any of these other companies and say, oh, well, yeah, they're using that and they're doing it. It doesn't give you the consent. It doesn't alleviate you from any liability if they say, hey, I didn't consent to that. Or, and here's the big one, and this is where it really protects you. They understand by you transmitting this document electronically that it's not 100% confidential, that it could be hacked, and that, that other email providers could be looking at the document. So that gives you protection there where they say, yeah, we understand that, and we're not going to hold you to it in case something happens and, an email address gets hacked, you're not in trouble. So you definitely want to make sure you have this form. Now, how do you fill it out? Pretty simple. Let's get into it. All right, so this is a 2-page document. A lot of agents forget about that. They just see the front page and they forget about the second page, but the second page is actually the most important page. So on the front here, you're going to see the consumer's going to date it. They're going to sign it. They're going to print their name, and then let you know what email address they would like to utilize for you to send the documents to. If they have a fax machine, then they'll put a fax number in the bottom. But if not, the email is pretty much what we have. And then you have the second page. Now, on the second page, this is important. Now, if you choose number one, right? If you elect number one, put a check mark there or an X or whatever it is to show that that's what was chosen. Then you can send any documents pertaining to the transaction via email. However, the consumer does have the right to say, listen, I want to limit what I'm able to sign electronically. I will do the disclosures, but I don't want to do the offer to purchase or the purchase and sales. So, they have the option of choosing what they're comfortable with here. But if they say one, it gives you full authority to transmit any documents in regards to the transactions via email. All right, folks. Well, listen, I hope you found this helpful. Any questions, let me know. Reach out. Happy selling. And until next time.